Hey there, everybody. My name is Angelo. If you're new here, welcome. I just am working with my laptop that is on its last legs, really starting to fail. Had to force restart it for the first time, I think, ever. And yeah, just really having a go at it. Today was exhausting, plenty of unexpected things going on. And it just continues. It never stops. Tomorrow we may be getting together with some family, celebrate, and other than that, I am really just looking at this weekend as recovery because at the end of the day, I'm exhausted. Work has been brutal. If you want to hear more about this, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit the notification bell. It's also free. Really helps me out if you are subscribing, and it helps you out if you hit that notification bell to know when I upload new videos. So, that being said, let's get into everything else. And that being work this week and today. Um, Recently, we have been leaving a little bit later to go into the Hamptons. Just getting up so early for a brutal amount of traffic to go east is not worth it at this point. So going later and sometimes just calling the day early so you don't have to go through Hamptons traffic is really where it's at, even if you don't make the money that you were expecting. Let me tell you one thing that I think people do not understand. As somebody who is an electrician and has worked in the Hamptons on and off for about 10 years and change, the Hamptons is probably one of the most overrated concepts of space in possibly not just New York or Long Island, or the United States, but maybe even the world, as so many people have such a high regard for everything that it has, where most of what it is a basically a strip mall with okay food and very expensive clothes that you could order online. But some things are nice, some houses are very nice on the surface. If you're like me, I see all of the ugly stuff. A lot of houses are put together terribly. So if you think that that's going to change when you spend extra money on a house, so instead of it being a $500,000 house, it's a $10 million house, they are all made like crap. And I know that sounds rough and harsh. Are they safe? Yes. But the craftsmanship generally is not there, and these people are just getting fleeced out of money they have because they have no concept of what something actually costs. I personally do not fleece my customers, but when I hear about the things that they have bought from other contractors, spending, north of $50,000 for a contractor to build two, that's it, two um, sheds that are like little miniatures with little double doors for storage. Absurd. A full size shed with barn doors wouldn't even be 50K. So the fact that they spent more than that for two, and it was wired improperly, and they sealed over everything that we had wired previously, and we had to rerun a line through their driveway underneath. And I had to pickaxe through basically 3 hours straight, costing them more money because they cut out all of our lines. The craftsmanship out there is brutal sometimes, and you run into it. People who think that you can just be a carpenter or electrician or an engineer. I don't even, not joking. It's actually crazy to explain to people the problems that are with their houses, and then they don't want them fixed because they fear it will ruin the aesthetics of what they live in. And meanwhile, what they live in is a two-floor condominium with two bedrooms that are both the size of a shoebox, and it's just a regular house in a different town. I don't understand. Like, if people understood everything that this was made out of, how much actual work people put into it, and how much they get billed, it's I don't even understand it, and I work in that area because I've seen other industries charge absurd amounts for the simplest of tasks. And the people don't know any better. They don't know to ask questions. So they get ripped off all the time. But it doesn't really matter because they got a buttload of money. Does not matter. But yeah, been going to people's houses and just realizing like, damn, these places are really not put together. And I wanted you to have that realization too, because I sometimes think we focus on the materials too much, of owning things materialistically, and it's not even quality. So if you have something of quality, be grateful for that, because there are people spending $10 million and they're getting, poop on a stick, but it's spray painted gold. At the end of the day, it's still a turd. And so, that being said, sorry for throwing all that haterade out there, but I know that phrase doesn't really get used anymore. Um, I just had to talk about something different because I've been stressed out. I really been keeping it in, and I just wanted to be honest about my job. People don't understand that what they pay for sometimes is not worth the cost, and we do our best to charge our customers fairly. I will be honest with that. And it doesn't matter what the job may be, we are up to the task, basically. But just I hear some horror stories of people who think they're handymen, or or someone who lives in the house thinks they can wire it, and we pull up and it's an electrical disaster. So with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I would just wish you all to be very happy, healthy, and safe, and I'll talk to you very soon. Have a good one.